Mm. Wonder if I can put this over here. Nope. Okay. Nope. No set. Perfect. All right. So, good morning. First off, cold, chilly, same thing. Monday morning out there. Um, man, I want to address a couple things while I'm up this morning. First and foremost, in reflection back to over the weekend, thanks for everybody who came out to the Turkey Bowl. It was an excellent time. It was a hard hitting game. Some guys got hurt this year, but we all had some fun. And in the end, it was the Young Bucks victorious over Team Diener, 14-6. No MVP though, because when I asked the other team, the Young Bucks, who should get MVP, the response I got was nobody, because it was a sloppy played game, which it's backyard football. It happens. So, honestly and truthfully, the game is YouTube. It'll be there sometime later in the week. Along with every single thing I have shot in the last 2 weeks. What a busy ass week it was. From last Saturday to this Saturday. Capital Classic was a great time. Can't wait for next year's edition of it. Really, really happy for Maffle to get that tournament. I am almost done with the Capital Classic games. I did not realize how much I shot during it, and so I got about every game was edited, but it's just I'm uploading. Right now, Rampage and 7 Point is on queue. So look out for that later today. Rampage versus 7 Point spread, the championship game. The only other game I'm missing, I think, is Bullets and Anarchy. And somehow I overlooked that game. I didn't know, but I apparently never did it, so I did it this morning. So now it's done. So Capital Class, I'm going to put the whole playlist out there soon. Got to work on that. That's going to be in the next couple of days. Other things going on. Turkey Bowl will be up soon. Like I said, thanks to everyone who came out. Always a fun time out there at Boonesboro. Maybe the final game we play in Boonesboro. I'll see. I'll be relocating next year, as a lot of you know, and usually it all varies because I don't usually run the game. I just recruit for it and promote it. My dad is the one who owns it. Depends on where he lives at the time. He lives close to the field, so he usually chooses the venue. But we'll see how it goes for next year, depending on where he lives or where I live, or if he plays or not. We'll see. Could be moved towards Frederick County. Who knows? We'll have to figure out. We'll have to find another park if we have to. But it's been great playing at Boonesboro the last few years. It could stay there. Who knows? I mean, Boonesboro is technically my home. My entire family's from around here, so it'd be something nice to keep as some kind of tradition. And I figure it's a nice little meeting point between a lot of the different areas. So, because there's usually this people, we have a lot of people coming out from everywhere. I remember 2 years ago, we had a guy from, so something that we're looking forward to in the future is venue change potentially, but we'll see how it goes. It all depends on what's going on at the time. But once again, thanks to everybody who came out. Moving on, Winter Chiller. I'm gonna get into Winter Chiller talk on terms of on the field and games and stuff tomorrow night. I'm gonna do a recap of all that when we do Blunt Talk. Because the games are worth looking at no matter what happened. And while today's episode, I'm gonna kind of address the elephant in the room of the cancellations. First and foremost, it's a shame that it even happened in the first place, because of the fact that, this was a tournament I looked forward to. I spent the last month working on it. I started working on this tournament the minute York ended for Team Blunt Talk. And so to put in that much work and not finish, it kind of sucks. But at the same time, I'm going to say it, I had a blast on Saturday. Saturday was fun. It felt like a league day up in county where it's all of us chilling there all day, hanging out and everything else. It's a shame because everybody was kind of cold, but I had a good time, man. It was good to see everybody one more time. Like, this is the last time a majority of us will see each other until March or April. Like, we're not going to be really seeing each other much these next couple of months. Um, so like to think that Saturday was it, in a way, kind of sucks because like I wish we had played Sunday. Part of me wishes we played Sunday because it would have been nice to play Sunday. It would have been great to have a champion. I actually felt like we still could have made a run on Sunday in spite of the fact that we were going to be missing some pieces because we got a lot of we had a well spirited team that was playing well together. You know, we had guys who came together and played. They played like a team. We all went out there as a team and balled our asses off in 2 games. And for that, and the effort I saw as my phone vibrates and moves it down, I gotta change that damn setting before I start these streams. I'm an idiot. But yeah, what a squad we had. I'm really proud of this squad. 65-0 in 2 games was nice, really freaking nice, especially after how much it took to build it up. Everyone came out and played their role. Everyone balled. We didn't allow a single score, period. We also put up nearly 70 points in 2 games. I'm proud of that. Now, how would a day two would have gone? I botched that sentence. How day two would have gone, I wonder. Whew. It's hard to say. Um, Day two probably would have been a lot more interesting. Because Bees told me they had a lot of guys coming for day two. And if they had a lot of guys coming for day two, then that would have been even more interesting because of the fact that they almost beat the X Dog. We'll get to that later. I'll get to that tomorrow night. Like I said, I'm focusing more off the field stuff in this. God, Kessiker, your comment made my phone vibrate. Sup, dude? Commented on a video that you're tagged in. My own video? Oh yeah, I tagged myself like a dummy. Why did I do that? Anyways, yeah, we lost out on what could have been. I mean, we could have had the Misfits Gusto Land rematch, Bees X Dogs rematch. We lost out on the could Blunt Talk be defeated angle because Blunt Talk was number one. We dominated, but we were going to be without a lot of people on Sunday. I will admit that. Sunday we were going to come in probably minus about 10. We would have had Ant playing quarterback. I'll give that away because I'm not afraid to give that away because that was the truth. Um, Everything else would have depended on whether or not we would have played because I honestly didn't even think of game planning once I got home because I sat there, saw the weather, and I was like, they're going to cancel this because I had to. Just the vibe I was getting at the field and everything else, and with the way parks are, I had a feeling it was going to be canceled. So I didn't get a chance to put together a day two game plan, unfortunately, which sucks. I mean, we can bash on KFFL, right? But at the same time, the parks do have the policy. But at the same time, and this is something where I won't defend the league in, I think we got to work towards that rain or shine policy. That's got to be something to think about in the future. That's something you need for tournaments. League play, yeah, you can go with rainouts. Tournaments, you just can't. You just can't. You really cannot. But that's a learning experience. That's a growing experience. KFFL ran the Sizzler back in August, and they did a great job, I thought, all things considered. I mean, it's hard to do a double elimination tournament when you only have one field. But they managed to pull it out, and it was a good time. Like I said, I had a blast up in the Sizzler, too. Sizzler and the Chiller were two really chill tournaments. Like, I've had a lot of fun this year in general. I'll get to that later on, but, like, looking back at it, it's a shame But if that's the park's policy, it's the park's policy. There's nothing much I or anybody can really do about it. KFFL had good intentions to have this tournament because of the fact that we lost out on Hagerstown. There were good intentions. It's just unfortunately, it all was left to chance when it came to the weather. And Mother Nature said rain. And as we've learned from the last couple years, if it rains really hard, it's going to wreck the field. Now, I don't know what it looked like at Shippensburg yesterday. I just know down here in Boonesboro, it did pour a lot, especially during the times the games would have been played. And you figure we're going to have 5 games in one day. It does tear it up, but at the same time, we got to work to do better. And you know what? KFFL did put a statement out last night, which was not me. Like, in case you're wondering, any of those posts are not me. I have not really started yet in this league. I won't start until January 4th, as far as I'm concerned, because what's already happened has already happened, and I'm not going to try to go back and change the past. At the same time, I didn't want to get involved in this tournament because like I said, I was brought in probably, 2 weeks ago? Everything was already in place. And so, not much I could do either. But like I said, I don't start till January 4th, as far as I'm concerned. Like I start, like the job's official, but it's one of those for waiting for next season. That's something I'm going to try to work at, is to see what we can do. Because rainouts are something that to be addressed. MAFL has addressed it. MAFL addressed it with the Woodbridge solution, which is something that some of their guys don't like, because Woodbridge is a lot further down the road than Tucker Road is. But at the same time, it does prevent rainouts, and you get a chance to play on a really nice turf field. Like, that's something worth looking into, because there are about a few turf fields up there that could be worth looking into if the right negotiation can be made. But it all comes down to economics and money and all that stuff, and what connections you got, you know. And like I said, we're going to do what we can. I'm going to do what I can, at the very least. It's going to be a good time, though. I'm looking forward to it. March 28th will happen with the chiller. It's disappointing, but it's something where, unfortunately, we got to work with what we got to work with. And what they had to work with was that one field. And what they had to work with was the park's normal policy, because that's just how the parks operate. Like, down here in Washington County, we know a ton about how the parks operate. We can't even get fields in Hagerstown anymore. It's impossible. And I've heard so many other reactions about the status of Marty Snook's field. Marty Snook gets torn, from different people. Always say, fields get torn up, but, it's something that have a day or two soon. I just gotta sit in place. It's gonna get so annoying so quickly. I gotta remember that next time. Don't tag myself in the video. This is why these are my wake and bakes, because I'm not even awake yet. Even though I've been up since 4, for some reason. Have a day too soon? I would like to have a day too soon. I have put that out there. As a captain, I said that I'm willing to try and do a day 2 somewhere. If we can all get together. I'm going to tell you, it's going to be difficult between now and Christmas. But it's going to be even harder after Christmas. But anytime between now and the 25th, I'll see what I can get. If I can get the same crew back, that's awesome. If not, then I'll come with what I got with, Because I'm a big supporter of all this. I want this tournament to succeed. I want this all to work out in the end. Because it's good for flag football. The likelihood of it happening, though, is going to be something that depends on what the other captains think and what the players think. You got to realize, Misfits, a majority of those guys were from AFN. They got nationals coming up. That's a huge deal. That's a much bigger deal than this tournament because that's something that's going to be for everything next month. Once in a lifetime chance to go down to Florida and win it all, which I'll get to that later. But if it could happen, Saturday or Sunday, hell, maybe we could play it on New Year's Day. That's just a suggestion. Like a bowl game setup. I don't know. College kids could do it, so why can't we? New Year's Eve is amateur night, anyways. But that's just me. But personally, like, I'm down. If anybody else is down, let me know. But have it somewhere reasonable. Like, somewhere that makes sense. Like, someone, like, let's not put it in, say, just be way out of the way for everybody. But maybe you move it somewhere, maybe closer south if we can. Because I know we're not going to get the parks. Unless Fairchild could get something done with the park service. I don't know. Like, I know nothing about that. Like I said, I'm still new to all this. But if we can make it happen, let's make it happen. I feel like it would have been a good time. Like, I just down for one more day of flag football, man. You don't know how much I love this stuff. Like, that's why I liked Saturday. Why I really liked Saturday. It was a hell of a fun day. We all hung out one more time. It's unfortunate we can't drink at the field, but that's the rules. Got to stick by that. But at the same time, I'm just glad to see everybody. We had AFN up there, we had X Dogs up there, we had Gusto Land come visit us for the first time, which was cool. Awesome to see Gusto Land. Ruckus came up, and Ruckus would have had more the next day. That's another thing I'm sad to hear about because they had the Chargers coming. It would have been cool because basically at that point would have been the Raiders and Chargers hybrid, the Schraders. The Schraders would have been. But it was great seeing everybody. Great seeing the B again, man. I was glad to be up in KFFL country, man. I like the KFFL. I like going up there. It was fun in the spring. I loved it in the summer. I haven't had a bad time yet up there. Knock on wood. The next season up there. March 28th is when they kick off. The league meeting is January 4th. That'll be my first day on the job. And I look forward to it. It's going to be awesome, man. We're going to have Blunt Talk up there. And that's something I want to do. Is I'm going to do the spring rumor mill real quick. Because everybody's talking all this stuff that's going on. I'm hearing the following. Confirm or deny this, people. This is what I'm hearing. I don't do this on Blunt Talk because Blunt Talk is legit analysis. I try to stick away from the rumor mill on Blunt Talk. This is Waking Big, though. This is a little different. This is a little more informal. I'm hearing Killer Bees and the Immortals are both heading to county in the spring. The Bees and the Immortals. And I'm taking call-ins, by the way. If anybody wants to talk, it'll be over Messenger, not over Facebook Live because there's no such thing anymore. But I'm hearing Bees and the Immortals are trying to go to county, and let me just say, I applaud the move. Especially because that means they're trying to play Saturday. If they do both, then that tells me that the Killer Bees grow as a team. Because that's a next big step. KFFL, don't get me wrong, I love the KFFL. But if you're going to keep growing as a team, you got to start looking for bump outside of your comfort zone. And going down the county to play the likes of Broadaxe, ADR. Who else? Thinking. I don't know why I blanked. Program, Warriors, Ruckus, Railroaders, Spartans. The whole damn league, basically. Big step in competition. Much more vast talent coming from different places. And truthfully, you will need to grow from it. Ask Brunswick. We talked the Railroad. We introduced 9-man flag football to Brunswick again. But they managed to make it their own style. They took a year. They wanted more. who honestly I feel like could have gone to KFFL and got second place last season. Not kidding. When I say last season, I mean fall. I feel like they could have beaten Bees, they could have beaten Gators, and they could have beaten Spartans. The Red Knights could have gone up there, I feel like, with their full squad and done well. So, Bees, I'm telling you, come in. Because right now, this will change you, this will challenge you, this will grow you. Sanity Immortals, Zach Ruby, if you're watching, you're coming back. I'm ready to see you again on the field. I'm ready to see what kind of team you put together. So, Bees and Immortals, come on down. It's going to be a good time this spring in Greencastle. Other stuff. KFFL may have another team coming. Team Blunt Talk is one of them. We'll be there. I'm taking players that are... I'm taking applications and interests, but if you get rejected, it's nothing personal. I already have an idea of what I want to do. So it's going to be something that we work on. I'm not going to start working on it, though, until January. Because right now it's December. It's Christmas season. It's work and make some money so you can spend some money and then get your taxes ready so you can get more money back because you blew it all on Christmas in January. It's that season. Grind season. It's time to take off a little bit and not focus on 2020 quite yet because we're not really there yet. And I'm not going to ask somebody in December, hey, you going to come play for me in April? You know, it's too soon. But right around January, I'm going to start working on that. But Blunt Talk's one of the teams coming up there. What kind of version of it you'll get, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, every time we come to the field, we're a different entity. I mean, people talk about super team, but at the same time, I mean, people forget we came with 15 against the Bullets and Rampage. Some games we just lack numbers, you know. Saturday just happened to be the day we had everybody. It was great. But Team Blunt Talk will be there. Like I said, I can't confirm what variation. But I will tell you, but so, we're going to have a lot of fun up there. Other teams coming in there. Other teams I'm hearing, I'm not going to say who, but a former general manager / quarterback in the WCFFL is looking to put a team into Keystone. I'm not going to say who he is, but he's West Virginia based. My phone to make it fall over. Love when that happens. But yeah, hearing that he's a former quarterback in the WCFFL. He's West Virginia based. And he is a former general manager who once owned a team. No confirmation yet, because you never know what can change, but that's what I'm hearing. I don't got a name. That's the hints I've been getting. Anybody. I'm also hearing program to Keystone, which is interesting. I look forward to it. I actually like that. The program is shooting for Saturdays and Sundays in the spring. It gives them a chance to get more practice in. I think it'll help them out a lot. Getting up there, working on stuff Saturday and down here on Sunday. So I think that's a good move. I like it a lot. I really think program up at the Keystone is a good move for both them and KFFL. They're getting one of the more winning franchises in county, actually. Program is a winning record overall. They are the most recent B bracket champion, and their quarterback, Ant Smith, has already won Keystone. So, could be interesting. I look forward to seeing program. It'd be a shame that we may not have those guys on Blunt Talk, but like I said, we're just whatever we are. We're just a bunch of guys getting together and trying to win games and have some fun, all at the same time. But other than that, that's about it. No real speculation going on outside of those two county and program and a former quarterback GM from county and his team, the Keystone, along with Blunt Talk. Either way, I'm also hearing the Browns may be coming back, which I really hope happens because that Browns team I saw last spring was good. They were a good squad. They should have gotten third place in that league at the very least because they were very good, but they just couldn't close the deal against Bees or the Gators. But I hope to see them there again too. Spring's gonna be awesome. It's a shame we gotta wait about what 4 months. It's a long wait. I'm gonna miss these football Saturdays / Sundays / whatever days. They're a lot of fun. I get a lot out of it. Always have a good time. Love seeing y'all. Maybe this winter we can do some get-togethers. Maybe if it snows one day, we can do a snow bowl somewhere. Say we get a snow day, we can play a snow flag game. I think that'd be kind of fun. It's something I would organize. Just all of us get together. I just threw a bottle cap at my phone. Jesus. Oh boy. Still got 3 hours. I still got 2 hours to work. Ugh. But I feel like if we can all get together this winter a couple times, I think that'd be kind of cool. Snow day, a Saturday. Some of you guys who are owners of flags, I mean, come on out. Let's work on that. Let's get together this winter a little bit more. Because spring's a long layoff, man. And we're all going to miss ball. We're all going to miss each other. Let's go out and do some stuff this winter. I'm going to go out and do a lot of stuff this winter. Mostly, I'm trying. I'm working on it. Likely going to do it. I've been hesitant. Because I don't really like spending the money for it. Because I don't really have the money for it. But I'm looking forward to going to Nationals. In January. I already got part 1 done. I got the place. It's supposed to be in Davenport, a mile from the field. Really excited about that. I'm staying with a friend of mine who has a house down there. Which is great because that gives me a free place to stay at. So I got that covered. Because that's a solid, usually $200 spent. The part I'm working on is I'm trying to get a ride. I've had 3 options. I thought about driving myself in a rental because I wouldn't mind just being by myself for 16 hours on the road and just listening to podcasts or thinking about what I'm going to do for nationals. But I also feel like I'm going to hate driving down 95. I mean, I didn't want to do Virginia Beach because of the road. I'll actually confess that. I did not feel like driving to Virginia Beach. Every tournament I go to, I drive. Mostly because I like driving myself. I'm just kind of a private, laid-back person. I'm just weird. Sometimes I'm social, sometimes I'm not. It all depends on what kind of mood to get me in. Sometimes I'm good. Other times I'll go to bed at 7 p.m. for no reason. That was Saturday. I don't know what it was. As soon as I got home from the chiller, I was like, I'm done. I'm going to go to bed and just try to watch football and try to watch football turn into woke up at 2 a.m. and I was like, oh shit, I should probably check. And I went and checked and we weren't, and I was sad, but at the same time I was also like, hey, here's an opportunity to get some stuff done. But that's why I have every single game done. I'm done for the year. I finished all the editing for the year. So unless we film another game anytime soon, I'm probably not going to do any more editing. It'll be a while before we see many videos. If a team folds in the off season, though, I might work on a completion collection, which is where I go back to their old games that they won and I make sure I download them and edit them so they're up there. I did that for the Red Knights last month. Went and took all their old games, edited them that are on Facebook, and now they're up. And so the whole Red Knights win collection is up there. That was just my tribute to them and Andy and all they did. So I do that for every team. Top Gun got it too. Any other teams who pass away, I try to do it for. So just because it's nice to have a completion collection of everything I do, but I don't want to do it all at once because I want to give myself work for later. You know what I mean? Because if I try to binge all at once, then I'm going to run out of work, and that's going to be. I don't got anything new to do. It's just old stuff I got to do at this point. I might work on some more projects this winter. I am working on trying to finish Alumni Bowl 3, the Boonesboro-Smithsburg game. That game is a hard edit because I am taking 3 sources of video and trying to figure out where to place them. I have a stream that Michael Beachley did. I have my shot on film version on the field, which looks like garbage in retro. And I have and I also have the film from where they shot it across the field, where the Alumni Association shot their version. So I'll have some more videos up, but as for but going back to nationals real quick, I'm working on it. It's gonna happen. I'm gonna cover some of the local teams when I'm down there. Looking to get in with AFN and ADR because, like I said, if not for AFN and ADR and their emergence onto the scene, like a lot of blunt talk doesn't really happen. Those 2 teams were very key in the beginning of building up this program and building up 9-man in Washington County. So I look forward to going down there and shooting their games. Hoping our boys can come out with something. We had the Knights go down there in 2017. And they fell short in the finals. What's up, Ron? So let's see how it goes, man. I'm really hoping so. I heard the Raiders were supposed to go down. I hope they are still. I really do. I'll cover them as well. Like I'll try to get at least a game with everybody because of the fact that it's just right to get everybody. That's the one thing I try to do with tournaments is I try to help out my local guys too, at least by giving them one game. I think I gave the Raiders 3 games last week in a Capital Classic, but that was because the Scorpions game was a test and day 2 was the first game that was available, and it was a good game too. The Titans game was a classic. I just wish I was in more places. I really do. Because I'd be able to shoot every game if I really wanted to. Down there, I'll figure out what kind of schedule I'll do, depending on who's down there in the coverage, and depending on what time. It is difficult because of the fact that there's always multiple games happening. Choosing the right game is hard sometimes. I caught some flack for not shooting Gusto Land Ruckus over the weekend, which offense, I was talking to everybody on Blunt Talk, trying to wrap things up because that's what you do. Sometimes I don't film games, sometimes I'll take breaks just so I can, breathe a little bit and get ready because calling games for 9 straight hours kind of gets a little strenuous on the throat. And you do have to stop to just, go sometimes. Ben's a trooper, though. Ben is a real trooper out there. That man will shoot pictures all day. Like, it is awesome. Like, I admire the work he does. I look forward to seeing him next month at Nationals. Worlds, or whatever they call it. That's another thing. I got to start, I guess, because that's what they're calling it. So, I'm looking forward to going to Worlds next month. I just got to get the money together and everything else. Plane tickets are pretty cheap. Like, I looked on there today, and they were a good price, but I'm waiting to see from my friend when they're going down and when I'm allowed to be there before I book a ticket. So that way, I don't book one ahead of time without, knowing that I can get there. So, see how it goes. There's a good chance I'll do it today. That, if anything, I'm going to try to book a flight today. I'm just waiting to hear back from them because they're the one who owns the house. Once down there, I'm going to probably stay from Thursday till Tuesday because it's cheaper to go back Tuesday. Going to shoot as many games as I can Friday night, Saturday, and Sunday. And then we'll take about 2 months off from doing all this, if not less. I mean, like I said, if y'all want to get together in the off season, let's get together in the off season. Even if it's just like a fun like pickup game, like we don't have to have. It doesn't have to be Warriors versus Ruckus or Killer Bees versus the Spartans. A mixed match of everybody just to see how well we gel together, just to see how much we can achieve. That's what I liked about Team Blunt Talk. It's what can we do with what we got, and in what we got 9 wins, and a big part of that I do think, and credit is to my captains, Chris Boone and Ross Collins, who have been very key in helping us build this. All they are the ones who've been the most consistent in all 3 tournaments. Going back to the Summer Sizzler and even in York, all 3 have been very helpful in helping to build this up. Or all 2, sorry. Boone and Ross. Shout out as well to a lot of people who helped me work on it this time around. J-Dub especially. J-Dub deserves a lot of prop for this time around. He really helped out. He's been there all 3 times too. So add J-Dub to that. Ross, J-Dub, and Boone have been very big in helping this thing work out. And I also like to thank the players as well who took the field on Saturday. Like I said, all you guys balled. It was just went out there. For the first time, so, like I said, the one thing that really works with Team Blunt Talk is similar. Like we had a lot of program guys this time around. We had a good bit of Brunswick guys this time around. We had some former ADR Boone, Cannon, and CJ this time around. Or Boone, Cannon, and Q. Sorry, I'm still waking up, man. God damn, I've been flubbing every single line today. It's a rough one. You can tell I wasn't ready to go live, but I just felt like doing it. That was nice. That was a nice reunion to have, was Boone, Cannon, and Q together. Those 3 were just devastating. The second 17 and 18. And to be able to get those 3 back together was an awesome moment this weekend. We had a couple guys show up who played well that don't usually get a lot of playing time. Trey Jesse came down from Cumberland, and he was balling out against Killer Bees. He had about 3 sacks. He was eating on that defensive line. We had some guys come out of the woodwork. Cranfield, too. I think Brandon Cranfield had about 3 sacks. Maybe something like that. He was eating. Against X-Dogs, I believe. As a whole, we were just good. We executed, and that was the one thing that is hard to do when you're a makeshift team. But we've made it work. Here we are, 3 tournaments in, 9-1. And people can call out our schedule, but we have played quality teams along the way. We played Rampage. We played Bullets. We played X-Dogs, and they were fully loaded and beat them twice in the same day. I'm proud of what these guys have done. I look forward to doing more, too. I look forward to being in Keystone next year, and I look forward to traveling, too. We'll see where we go. 2020 is going to be something to look forward to. A lot of stuff going down. Worlds, KFFL, County, more tournaments. Good Lord. We have now in 9-man. It's like one every month at this point. Yeah, that's what we need to do. We need to start making these all literally a month apart, if possible. You know, just to have one every single month, if possible. Put the winter chill. Do that next. That's something we should look to. Put the chiller in February if we can. If we can, you know? It's a kickoff game. That's just an idea. That's not like something I'm going to push. We could try it, but I don't know if it's even possible. But like, put one there. You have Worlds in January, Atlantic City in March, Ocean City in April. We need a May tournament. Somebody's got to put a tournament in May if we're going to keep making these 6 billion tournaments that happen around here. That's the next step. Let's get a May tournament. Maybe Washington County can find a way, if possible, to do a tournament in May, like at Greencastle. That'd be kind of cool. I doubt it, but it's just an idea. I mean, if we count the Bassford Heritage Bowl, that's a tournament, kind of. May this year, so there's something. What else? Thinking. Yeah, a lot going on. I'm excited. Tournaments, Saturdays, Sundays, league ball, all year long. Let's keep it up, man. I'm putting it out there. If anybody wants to get together, we should all do a pickup game, like sometime over the off season. Maybe a couple of them, just to like for the hell of it. So I like being part of this. You guys are a lot of fun. Oh, I've been playing some pickup games. Once I get in shape again, which I when the hell that's going to be at this point. Working on it, surely. Anyways, I'm about done. It was good talking to y'all again. It's a long ass video, I know, about 40 minutes. Tune in tomorrow night for Blunt Talk. We'll have more to say. Saturday at the Chiller, before handing out our WCFFL awards for the 2019 year. Till then, I'm Joey Blaze. Have a good morning.